Hey there, I'm Joseph, and boy, do I have a story to tell you. It's pretty crazy, but I promise it's all true. Where should I start? Oh, right, so I was my dad's favorite son. He even gave me this awesome coat with all these colors. It was lit. But my brothers, they weren't too happy about that. I had 11 of them, can you believe it? And I was the second youngest. Things got even worse when I started having these dreams. In one of them, I dreamed that we were all tying wheat stalks in the field, and suddenly my wheat rose and stood upright, while my brother's wheat gathered around mine and bowed down to it. I had another dream too, where the sun, moon, and 11 stars were bowing down to me. Even my dad was shocked by that one. Yeah, that didn't go over well with my brothers. They were already jealous, and this just made it worse. But God was at work in all of this. One day, my dad sent me to check on my brothers while they were out with the flocks. I was sporting my coat of colors, looking nice. Little did I know what was waiting for me. When I got there, they grabbed me and threw me into a pit. I was so scared I didn't know what was going to happen. Then they pulled me out and sold me into slavery to some traders heading to Egypt. Can you believe it? My own brothers, that was bad. The journey to Egypt was long and tough. I was alone, scared, and didn't know what would happen to me. In Egypt, I was sold as a slave to a man named Potiphar. He was an important officer of Pharaoh, the king of Egypt. At first, things weren't so bad. I worked hard and God was with me. Potiphar noticed and put me in charge of his whole house. But then Potiphar's wife was vibing on me and tried to seduce me. When I refused, she falsely accused me, and I got thrown in prison. I refused to sin against God. Prison was dark and lonely, but even there, God was with me. I started interpreting dreams for other prisoners. I interpreted dreams for Pharaoh's cupbearer and baker. The cupbearer was restored to his position, just like I said, but he forgot about me, and I stayed in prison for 2 more years. It felt like forever. Then one day, Pharaoh himself had a dream no one could interpret. That's when the cupbearer finally remembered me. I'm the dream guy. They rushed me out of prison, cleaned me up, and brought me before Pharaoh. Talk about pressure, but God got my back. I told Pharaoh his dream meant there would be 7 years of plenty followed by 7 years of famine. He was amazed. Pharaoh put me in charge of preparing for the famine. Me, a former slave and prisoner, now second in command in all of Egypt. I'm a prince, yo. How cool is that? The 7 good years came, and we stored up food. Then the famine hit, just like God had shown me. People from all over came to Egypt for food, and one day, guess who showed up? My brothers. They didn't recognize me, but I knew who they were. It had been over 20 years since they sold me. What they thought to do was evil. I decided to test them, to see if they had changed. I accused them of being spies and demanded they bring their youngest brother. When they came back with Benjamin, my full brother, I was so happy. But I still didn't reveal who I was. I cried with joy. I tested them one last time, framing Benjamin for theft. I wanted to see if they would abandon him like they did me. But they didn't. They begged to take Benjamin's place. That's when I knew they had truly changed. I am your brother Joseph. Is my father still alive? Don't be afraid. God sent me ahead of you to preserve life. Good over evil.